Good evening. This is the last of my diesels in my weathered and unweathered series. The loco at the forefront, the BR number's 47256 with the yellow ends and yellow cab windows. And the loco in the background is the earlier yellow ends, D1842, which is the pre-groupings number. Is a Bachmann locomotive, and that is digital with cab lights. They both have cab lights, they both have a driver, being the earlier Bachmann model Class 47s. I've got each of them pulling 4 carriages in the blue and silver livery, because I've seen pictures of them pulling these. I haven't made the trains too long because it's not a demonstration of coaches, it's just showing the difference between these two liveries in weathered and unweathered. I hope you enjoy seeing them both run, and thank you very much for watching. This weathered 47 was actually weathered out of the box by Bachmann. It hasn't been weathered by TMC or anybody else. The liveried coaches are a mixture of Hornby and Bachmann. I first saw this one at the Bluebell Railway show in 2018 and decided I was going to have one. I've always loved this livery. Now the newer Class 47 digitals have fans that spin round if you have the deluxe versions. The previous model, which I have, which looks very similar, has a driver which I can see. I don't think I could see the fans spinning round with the best will in the world. But each their own, it's all subjective. One of my favourite panoramas. I remember the 47s when I was a kid, and they've all been in so many films. Is that on coasting?
No.
It's just the sound it makes. I remember Rails of Sheffield was selling these weathered 47s off for about 70 quid, DCC ready. And of course, in our minds it was rude not to buy one. Now normally I would run 8 coaches on a passenger train in this livery, but I've split them in half, and as you've heard, I've said why. These are all Pico Insel Frog points. This is a streamline point it's going into. That's another streamline point, but a short streamlined. And the weathered locomotive is going over at a Pico freeway point. Nice wide panorama for you. We're running them around nice and slowly so you can get a nice view of the locomotives. No point in running them around at express speeds. Here's a digital locomotive with cab lights coming up our version of the Lickey incline. Here a bit of flange squeal, which we're just demonstrating more than anything else because you won't get it on a straight. I think the Bachmann 47 models of this era are superb. Really pleased with them. Got a few of them and they run superbly. And here's a Twilight view. Which is what it is, the sun is just setting at the moment. These are all familiar views to those of you that watch our model railway videos. You'll probably notice the finish is slightly different on the roofs of these locomotives. On the later digital one you will see it's got like metal plates on the side forward of the cowlings, whereas on the weathered locomotive they're just plastic mouldings. Now whether that's a detail increase from Bachmann on the newer locomotive or that's how the locomotives actually look in real life, I do not know. And to be honest, I'm not really that bothered. If I was, I'm sure I could buy the metal plates from Bachmann or another body for the locomotive I have, or I could actually paint them silver and silver with them being weathered, you wouldn't know the difference. But as I say, I'm not overly concerned. I did actually think that the weathered locomotive didn't have grab handles on the doors, but it does. It's just they're weathered. I know a lot of people that buy Hornby railroad locomotives because they weather them heavily, so you wouldn't notice half the bits of them anyway, and it works very well. If I was somebody who was really into weathering my own locomotives, I would buy the railroad Hornby version. It's a lot cheaper, they have the same engines in them, electric motors, and do that, because the weathering does hide a lot of the detail. I like this view because it shows the detail of our layout. Trees were scratch built. The signal box you can see was a kit. I painted all the interior and put the lighting in it. Most of our buildings are Scaledale or Bachmann buildings, but the signal boxes were made from a kit. The only really scratch built part of our locomotive is the trees. And to scratch build loads of stuff, you've got to have time, and the rocks. The rocks you see are scratch built as well. Here you can see a rock that was scratch built. The flowers are all scratch built. So we haven't, it's the buildings mainly that are pre-built. But as I say, you've got to have the time to be able to scratch build these buildings, which sadly we don't have. Thank you very much for watching, and we hope you've enjoyed seeing our weathered analogue class 47 going around, and our digital class 47 with sound going around. As I said, both Bachmann locomotives, both with driver, both with cab lights, both with running lights, and we are very pleased with both locomotives. Which one do I prefer? I like them both. I've seen through feedback, some of you prefer weathered, some of you don't, but it's all subjective, and you pays your money and you takes your choice. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing these class 47s trundling around our model railway. Thank you for watching. Thank you.